Hey, welcome everyone. Glad that you're joining us. We've taken this time out to really talk about law enforcement and what are interventions and innovations around law enforcement. And specifically, we're here in Fort Smith with some great folks I've had the pleasure of working with for years. And Carl, we worked with your organization for many, many years, and so glad that you're on board. And so why don't we do introductions, and then we're going to talk about some innovations, and then we're going to dream a little bit around, just if given unlimited resource, what would we like to see that could be able to serve the folks here in the Fort Smith metro area better? And so, Rusti, you want to start?
Yes.
Who are you and where are you from?
Certainly, Will, Paul, and thank you for the invitation. I'm Rusti Holwick, and I'm the Executive Director of Western Arkansas Counseling and Guidance Center here in Fort Smith. So we are a community mental health center and now eligible to be a certified community behavioral health center, which is fantastic. And we cover 6 counties that are here in the most western portion of the state. So that includes, of course, Sebastian County, Crawford, Franklin, Logan, and go down to Scott and Polk counties.
Okay. And y'all run, there are 4 crisis intervention centers, which is when someone's exhibiting mental health, but you run one of the 4 in the state.
We do.
What is that?
We do. So it's a crisis stabilization unit, and it was really started for the purpose of jail diversion. We were the first in the state of Arkansas to open one, and we have worked with our law enforcement here in Fort Smith and with the county. And it is so amazing. It's really made history and created change that was just the right thing to do for this area. So we divert people. It's not just jail diversion, but we divert people who, instead of going to jail, who need treatment and they have behavioral health problems, it gives them the appropriate treatment. Jail is not the right place. And now we have also other people from the community, and we all try to help people get into treatment and walk a life of recovery and not have to face those doors, that revolving kind of over and over, recidivism kind of doors.
I remember a presentation that I think you might have given or were a part of a number of years ago when this was a new idea. But, so why do you have one of these? And folks that are experiencing these mental health episodes, they don't do good time.
No.
And occasionally it's a danger to the officers and the jailers.
Quite frequently.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't address kind of core behavioral issues. And so we're so glad that that y'all are here and doing that.
Thank
Chief
you.
Baker.
Thank you. Yeah.
Chief, you've been with the department for a long time, decades.
Well, 20 years with the Fort Smith Police Department. Began my career in small agencies in Oklahoma, but the vast majority of my career has been here in Fort Smith. And, I came up through the ranks, so to speak, and I, served in a variety of positions within the department over the years. So I guess I kind of have a unique perspective of, where we've come from as a community, where we've come from as a department. And, some of the things that I've been able to observe over the years from different perspectives, I really think has provided me with the insight that we need to be able to work through some of the issues that we're dealing with today. And it's not just in Fort Smith, Arkansas. As you all well know, this is some of these issues are very much part of our national conversation right now. But just in the realm of some of the things we're going to be talking about today, I spent a number of years working in, that undercover vice narcotics environment. And, we arrested a lot of people. We took our jobs very seriously, and I have the utmost respect for the men and women that did that job and that continue to do that job. And I think that's an important aspect. Enforcement is certainly something that we still need to be a part of. But, one of the things that became clear to me the longer that I was in that realm, we're putting a lot of people in jail and spending a lot of money to fight a problem that just seems to be getting worse. And, even back then, I started thinking, we got to figure out something different. We got to figure out a better way to handle this problem. And, so now I've got that opportunity. I think leading the way at the Fort Smith Police Department in a lot of ways. Very proud of a lot of the programs that we've instituted. I'm also proud of the buy-in from the police officers. A lot of times it's difficult to introduce these ideas and have them take hold, but we really have a good department that is taking ownership of it and understands the importance of it. And so I think we're going to really be going places with some of the things that we're doing.
That's great. And Chief Baker, I just want to say thanks to you and your officers for what y'all do.
Thank
I know it was hard before, and now in this environment, I just can't imagine the stress that y'all are under all the time. But even before kind of COVID and the George Floyd episodes and all of that, I know that you were leading in trying to come up with some of these new innovations. And like you said, from my perspective as an outsider, I think that y'all truly are doing some innovation